Hi there guys, welcome to part 2 of the video. So we're going to go straight into your shoulder bridge. So you can take your pillow from behind your head for this one and then just bring your heels a bit closer into your body but your feet are still hip width apart. Arms are by your side still with your palms turned up, and we'll do our little prep move before we start. And settling your pelvis into neutral somewhat. Okay, so let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset, and now tip your pelvis all the way back, so you're pressing the small of your back down into the floor and you're holding it down there. And then inhale, roll your pelvis into neutral. We're going to keep that going now with your breath. So exhale, lace your corset, tip your pelvis back. Think about imprinting your lower spine down into the floor. Inhale, back to neutral. And I'll just let you do a few of these pelvic tilts in your own breath. And we're just warming up these muscles in your lower back. It should feel quite nice if you've got any tightness in your lower back there. So if you've been doing a lot of gardening, you might be feeling quite tight in the lower back common area. This should feel quite nice. Okay, lovely, and then just make that your last one, settle into neutral. We're going to get ready to lift into your full bridge. So evenly spread out all four corners of your feet before you start, so you've got a steady base to lift up onto and your heels are close enough into the body. Okay, so let's inhale, exhale, lace your corset. So your prep move to start off with, tip the pelvis back, imprint your lower spine. Keep your corset laced and start to peel your tailbone up now. So think about peeling your spine away as if it's a piece of Velcro from the floor. Taking the weight back into your shoulders but keeping them relaxed and tucking in your chin a little bit down to your collarbone. Inhale again at the top. Exhale, lace your corset, keep tipping your pelvis back and start to lay your spine back down on the floor. Think about laying just one vertebra down at a time. Keep tipping your pelvis back all the way. Let every part of your lower back touch the floor and try to get your tailbone to come down at the very ends of the move. And we'll keep that going in your own time, so just lacing your corset before you lift into your bridge. And then lacing up again before you lower. And just enjoying that lovely movement along your spine. And just taking your time with it. You might have a few clunks or pops into the joints if your back is feeling particularly stiff. Keeping your palms fully turned up, so just think about really isolating your core muscles. You might be feeling this in the hamstrings and the glutes a little bit. If you're prone to cramp, it can bring cramp on in the hamstrings, but just think about making sure your corset is laced really tightly, so it's just taking more of the weight into your centre. And you can also try bringing your heels a bit closer into your body if you want to relieve your hamstrings a little bit more. If you're finding that they're about to go into cramp, sometimes that helps. As your muscles loosen off, you might find it a bit easier to get more of a curl into your spine. Just thinking about getting as much movement into your vertebrae as you can. Okay guys, just making this your last move now. So I might have forgot to say about taking your pillow away. So apologies if I forgot to say that, but hopefully you would have taken your pillow away just to support your neck. So this time we're going to lift up into the bridge and we're going to add in the arm floats as well. So this time you're going to bring your arms a bit closer into the body with your palms turned in to face your trousers. Make sure your heels are close enough in as well. Evenly spread out all four corners of your feet. Pelvis into neutral. Okay, let's inhale to prepare. Exhale and lace your corset. You're going to tip the pelvis back. And as you start to peel the tailbone away, we're going to float the arms up at the same time. Just lifting up into your bridge, and now your fingers are pointed just up towards the ceiling. You're going to melt your shoulder blades down into the floor. Let's inhale, exhale, and lace your corset and keep tipping your pelvis back. And as we start to roll out of the bridge, we're going to slowly float the arms back down by your sides at the same time. So keep tipping your pelvis back all the way, let your tailbone come down last. And we're going to keep that going. So we're just adding the weight of the arms now, just a little bit of extra weight. You might feel a bit more of a stretch into the upper body. Keep tucking in your chin, melt your shoulder blades down. And we also have to use the core a bit more now, so tip the pelvis back. Try and lay one vertebra down at a time. But you might find that we don't have the hands to lean on as much anymore, so you might feel that your core is having to work a bit harder to get your bridge lifted up just as high. So just focus on lacing your corset. You can take it back to the regular bridge as well if this is going to bring on cramp in your hamstrings. Just do what's right for your body, right for your muscles. Oh, I'm definitely getting a few clinks and clunks along my spine this morning with this one. Okay guys, make this your last move now. Well done. Okay, so when you're finished, if you want to, you can have your pillow back behind your head. We're going to move into the Z stretch. So you want to bring your arms out wide in line with your shoulders. If you don't have enough room, you can also bend the elbows and just have them in a box shape. Okay, we're going to cross your left leg over your right leg, bringing your knees together. If that's uncomfortable for your hips in any way, you can just bring your feet and knees together instead. Okay, we're going to gently take both knees over to your right hand side. So your knees are going to travel over to your right. You're going to pull your shoulder blades down on the floor. You can turn your head over to your left hand if that's comfortable. And relax into this stretch. Just let your thighs sink a bit closer to the floor. Get a lovely stretch across the body, across your chest muscles. Keep gently pulling back on your shoulder blades. And getting that lovely rotation into your spine as well. Good, pressing your lower back into the floor, gently push your knees up to the middle, and then we'll cross the other leg over. We're going to lower both knees over to your left, turning your head over to your right hand if that's comfortable. Keep pulling your shoulder blades down. Alternatively, just bringing your feet and knees together and then taking the knees over. Take some deep breaths here. Just try to really relax into this stretch. Let your leg muscles relax out. And you'll feel your knees sinking a bit closer to the floor. Get that lovely stretch across your big pectoral muscles here. Okay, good. Let's press down through your lower back as you bring the knees up to the middle. And then we'll uncross the legs. We're going to take it into a full body stretch. So straighten one leg out, followed by your second leg. And then take the arms overhead. Point through your toes and fingers. Give your abdominals a really good stretch here. If you want to get a bit more of a stretch, you can give your glutes a good squeeze. You'll feel more of a stretch down your hips, maybe into your abdominals. And then relax and just do that a few times. Just squeeze in your glutes. And then relax in there. Do that one last time. Big stretch. And then relax. Good job, guys. So we're going to take it into 4 point now, which is onto your hands and your knees. I'm going to do this one with you. Reposition my camera. So if you're not good on the hands and knees, you can take this into prone alignment instead, which is just lying all the way on your front. So face down, flat out, with your pillow at your foreheads for some support. If not, we're going to come onto the hands and knees. Okay, so your alignment for this position is bringing your knees underneath your hips. Your knees are hip width apart. Your hands are underneath your shoulders and they're slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Soften your elbows a little bit. And you want to make sure that your hands and your knees are evenly spread out enough so that your spine is nice and long and you're not arching up through your back. So if your knees and hands are too close together, your back will arch up. So just evenly spread them out. Lengthen your spine. So think about pulling the crown of your head away from your tailbone, just slightly tucking your pelvis under, pressing up a little bit through your lower back. So if you pull your abdominals in, that'll just bring your lower back into alignment with the rest of the spine. Slide your shoulder blades down your back, so away from your ears, face down towards the floor, but lift your neck and tuck in your chin, so your spine's in a nice straight line. Okay, good. So we're going to do some cat paws. So inhale to prepare, exhale and lace your corset. And we're going to just lift one hand away from the floor, just bend in your elbow. You can draw your hand into your chest if that's comfortable. Inhale to bring the hand back down. We're going to change sides. Exhale, lace your corset, lift the other hand away, hold your alignment, and then inhale to lower. We're just going to keep that going now, just little cat paws, little hand peels away from the floor. So your back muscles are working quite hard in 4 point. You want to keep pushing up through the small of your back, so belly buttons into your spine. Keep lifting your neck and tucking in your chin. And you'll feel a shift in the weight in between your knees when your hand lifts away. So the tighter you lace your corset, the more you'll stop that weight change. And you'll just try to keep your weight evenly spread out through both sides of your body. So lacing your corset, lift another hand away, holding it there for a few seconds. Inhale to lower, good. We'll keep that going. Okay, we're going to do that one last time. Good, and then we'll take it into child pose. Sitting back onto your ankles, bring your hands out and your head down, give your back a nice stretch out. So you can have your pillow at your head for this stretch. You can also have your forearms on the mat. Okay, good. We're going to bring it back onto the hands and knees, or just back into prone if you're doing prone instead. And we're going to take it into a leg lift. So this time we're going to be straightening one leg behind the body and then lifting the leg up. You don't have to lift the leg, you can just stick with a slide of the foot away and then back in, so whatever suits you. So into alignment, soften your elbows, lift your neck, tuck your chin, push up through the small of your back, so think about pulling your belly button up. Let's inhale to prepare, exhale, lace your corset. I'm going to slide one leg behind the body and then lifting the leg up. So try to not let your pelvis tip to the side, try to keep your hip bones pointed down to the floor. Inhale, slide your knee back in, good. We're going to change sides, keep that going. Exhale, lace your corset, we'll lift the other leg up now. Pressing up through your lower back still, belly button in. Inhale, bring that knee back in. Well done guys, let's keep that going. So elbows are staying nice and soft. Keep lifting your neck and tucking in your chin. Thinking about lengthening your spine as you do this one. And also as you lift your leg, try to relax your foot a little bit. Just think about lifting from your thigh. So imagine you had a helium balloon tied on to the back of your thigh, just above your knee. And that's where the lift is coming from. So really get into your lower back muscles with this one, and also just working on your balance. Your core is working really hard, especially your back muscles with this one. Okay, we're going to make this your last move, and then we'll sit back onto the ankles. Have a good stretch in child pose. So try and get your bum back onto the ankles first, and then you can take your head down and the arms out. And thinking about a tug of war with the top of your spine and the bottom, pulling one end away from the other, letting your chest sink down to the floor. Lovely guys, we're going to bring it back onto the hands and knees, or back into prone. This time we're going to add in an arm lift as well. So as we lift one leg, we'll bring one arm in front of the body. Okay, so if you're in prone, just slide your arms out straight a little bit. Okay, we'll get back into alignment in 4 points. So elbows are soft, abdominals are lifted, neck is lifted and your chin is tucked in. Let's inhale to prepare. Exhale, lace your corset. We'll slide one leg behind. As you lift the leg, we'll bring the opposite arm up as well. And you're going to hold it at the top for a few seconds. Challenging your balance. Inhale to lower. Good job, guys. Let's keep that going. We're going to switch arms and legs again. So exhale, lace the corset. Taking it into your lift. Pull your tummy muscles in really tightly. Keep your neck lifted. Inhale to bring it back down. Good. I'll let you keep that going. So when you get to the top, think about lengthening your spine. Tug of war with the top and bottom of the spine. Nice long neck. And the more you pull your belly button up into your spine, the more you'll keep your balance with this one. Okay guys, we're going to do one last move. And then I'll just let you relax back into child pose. You can just take your weight off your wrists. Might be feeling that in your wrists quite a bit. But it is really good for strengthening the muscles in your wrists, which do get weaker the older that we get. So it is important to keep these muscles nice and strong. So just pushing your bum back. Might want to take the arms out straight this time and just get a really nice stretch across the back of your shoulders. If you're feeling it in your wrists, you can just wiggle them up, circle them round in one direction and then the other. Okay, lovely guys, we're going to finish off with a nice stretch in 4 point. We're going to take it into the cat and cow stretch. So just coming back onto your hands and knees. If you are not good on the hands and knees, you can just hug your knees up into your chest and just stretch it out from here. Okay, so soften your elbows. Okay, so we're going to let the abdominals sink down to the floor now. Just let your lower back dip down and then gently lift your head up a little bit so you're looking straight ahead. Keep your elbows a bit soft, feel that lovely stretch into your back. We're going to pull the tummy muscles in up to the spine, begin to arch up through your back now. Take your head down, think about rounding out through your shoulders. Get a lovely stretch up right into the middle of the back and the backs of the shoulders. Good, so we'll take it back into the cow stretch, so abdominals are sinking down, lifting your chin up a little bit. Elbows are staying soft. Good, and then we'll take it into the cat stretch, so arching up through the back, pull your tummy muscles up, and taking the head down. And we'll just do one more of each, just in your own time, taking some nice deep breaths. Lovely guys, and we'll take it into child pose again, just have a stretch. So if your knees are staying close together, and you're taking it into child pose, you might feel this stretch a bit more in the lower back. If you want to take your knees a bit further apart, so you can spread out the knees a little bit, keep your toes together, and then take your head and hands out. You might feel this more in the middle and kind of upper part of your back. So it's quite nice to just get a slightly different stretch in this pose, depending on little positions of the knees and the arms. Okay guys, I'm just going to let you push yourself up now. We're going to bring it into a seated position, which is just sitting with your legs straight out in front of you. Just going to lift my camera up just slightly. You can see my face. Okay, good. So if your legs are particularly tight here, you can always sit on a cushion or a folded blanket. You can just let your knees bend a little bit if they need to. You don't have to have them completely straight. I want you to think about having your helium balloons on your ears, so lengthen your spine. Try to bring your pelvis forward into neutral, so you're stacking the spine, and relax your shoulders down. Okay, just let your legs do what they need to do to allow you to come into a nice long spine. We're going to take it into a twist, so we're going to bring the arms up, bending the elbows either side of the body, and we're going to take the head round to your left hand side. So just take your head round to your left on its own, And we're then going to bring your shoulders and your arms. So think about moving the body in one flowing motion and then looking over to your left hand side now. So just feeling that lovely twist into your body. Think about keeping your hip bones facing to the front. Imagine you've got headlights on them and don't let them move. Let's bring your head round on its own, back to the middle, then the shoulders and the rest of the body and the arms. Good. So quite a lot of work on your back muscles in this alignment. So make sure your helium balloons haven't burst, they're still on your ears. Lovely. Let's take your head round to your right hand side. Then the shoulders and arms are going to follow. Just moving the body in one unit. We're going to hold it there, keep pressing your hips to the front. Get that lovely twist into the body. Make sure your spine is still sitting nice and tall and long. Lovely, bring your head round on its own, shoulders and arms, rest of the body. And then bend your knees in a little bit. You can just take your hands over your shins, have a little stretch out through your back. You can lower the head down. Okay, lovely guys, we're going to do some stretching here now. So let's take the legs out straight again. Okay, we're going to inhale and bring the arms all the way up. Keep your shoulders relaxed down and then exhale and take it all the way down. Just bring your hands down onto your legs, onto your shins, maybe your ankles or your toes if you're a bit more flexible than I am. Let your head sink down and feel that lovely stretch into your back. Okay, we're going to do that again. So inhale, big stretch up, bring your shoulder blades down and back, and then exhale to take it forward. Might just get a little bit further this time. Try to relax out through your quads and through your hips as best you can. Okay, I'm going to do that again. So inhale, lift up, shoulders back, exhale and take it down. And you might just get a little bit closer to your toes this time. Tuck your chin in. Lovely guys, and then we'll lift back up. We're going to take it into child pose one last time and do this stretch just a little bit differently. So you want to bring it onto the hands and knees. Bring your toes together, but keep your knees a little bit further apart. And then sit back onto your ankles, and we're going to take the forearms down this time. So think about relaxing your shoulders back. And then tuck your chin down to your collarbone. And then think about sliding your forehead along the mat. And as you do that, push your pelvis back into your ankles, and you'll feel that really lovely stretch right along your spine. So thinking about pulling the crown of your head away from your tailbone, tug of war with the top and bottom of the spine. And if you can, just let your upper back just melt down, let your chest dip down to the floor, so as if you can get a really nice dip in the upper back there. So getting into all those muscles that run along the vertebrae that connect all the bones together. You've got your multifidus muscle there, and lots of other little sort of ligaments and tendons there that feel quite nice when they have a good stretch out. Okay, good. So from here, we're going to make our way up to standing. So just getting yourself up nice and safely. We'll come back onto the hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Use your hands to push back into the ankles, coming up onto your toes. And then you can either just roll the spine up or walk yourself up your thighs. So push yourself up and then just slowly uncurl your spine. Let your heads roll up last. Take your time here, guys. Don't rush up. A nice stretch along the way. Okay, lovely guys, well done. Just going to reposition my camera for you there. Okay, so we'll do some more neck stretches here. Might just be able to get a bit more of a stretch into our neck now. We're going to take your head round to your right shoulder and just hold it there. Have a deep breath in. As you exhale, try to take your head round a little bit further if you can. Relax your shoulders. Good, we're going to come back to centre, and then we'll move your head over to your left. Holding it there. Big inhale. As you exhale, try to take your neck round a little bit further if you can. And then coming back to centre, lovely. So chin down to your collarbone now, just take it all the way down. Try to touch your collarbone if you can, don't force it though. Relax your shoulders, feel that lovely stretch into your upper back. Good, and then we'll lift up towards the sky, taking the head back, get a lovely stretch down the front of the neck. Keep your shoulders relaxed and heavy. Good, and then back to the centre. And we're going to take the chin down to the collarbone again. And then we're going to roll the chin up to your left shoulder, trace in your collarbone, and then we'll drop the chin back down and then roll up to your right shoulder. And we're going to do that a few times, so really relaxed shoulders, heavy head. Try to touch your collarbone if you can. Get that lovely stretch in the upper body. Let's do that one last time. Coming back to centre, well done. We're going to tip the head over to your right shoulder. Just keep your head facing straight ahead, so try to not look down to the floor, just tipping the head over. Slide your left hand down your trousers, and then you can take your right hand and just gently place it on top of your head. You don't want to press your head down, but just the extra weight of resting that hand will just give you more of a stretch into the side of the neck. Okay, good. Deep breath, relax into it. Release the hand, come back to the middle, and then we'll tip over to your left shoulder. Slide your right hand down, bringing your left hand up and just resting on the side of your head. Feel that lovely stretch in the side of the neck, tops of your shoulders as well. And then release, guys, lovely. Okay, we're going to do a bit more stretching out for the shoulders. So arms are relaxed down nice and heavy. We're going to circle the shoulders up and round. So think about bringing them forward, up, back, and then down in one swift flowing motion. Bringing them all the way up to the ears, all the way back. Okay, so if you want to, we'll get the elbows involved now, just making these circles a little bit bigger. Okay, and then if you can, we'll take it into some arm circles. So just taking the arms all the way up and then all the way back, feeling that lovely stretch across into the chest. Open up your heart, lift the sternum. Good, hands up to the sky. Big stretching out through your abdominals as well. Okay, we're going to do that one last time. So really big circle, big stretch. Lovely. And then keep your arms relaxed down. We're going to move the shoulders in the other direction now, so bringing them back, up, forward and down. So more focus now on your upper back in this direction. Keep your arms nice and heavy, so just isolate your shoulders to start off with. Okay, and then if it feels okay, we can add in the elbows as well, just making these circles a bit bigger, getting the chest involved. More of the muscles in the upper back, and then taking it into arm circles, so really reaching up towards the sky, taking the arms all the way forward so you're getting that lovely stretch across the back of the shoulders. We'll do that one last time, big stretch, big reach. Lovely, guys, and then just have a little shake out. Should be feeling lovely and loose now, getting those shoulders away from the ears. Okay, so standing, feet and knees hip width apart, we're going to get into alignment to finish off. Pull in your abdominals slightly. We'll get the pelvis into neutral, so isolate your pelvis and then tip back and forth. Make that move smaller and smaller, settle round about the middle. Relax your arms down by your sides. Big inhale, we'll lift the shoulders up to the ears. Helium balloons are tied on, one to each ear. And as you exhale, melt your shoulders down as you lengthen your spine and you lengthen into the back of your neck, keeping your chin tucked in. We'll lift the rib cage as well this time, so big inhale to lift. Keep your rib cage lifted, and then we'll melt the shoulders down as you lengthen your spine, keep your knees a bit soft. Good, and then we'll lift the shoulders up one last time. And then turning the palms out to face the front, so rotate and open up from your shoulders. Keep your ribs lifted, and then we'll melt the shoulders down, and just let your shoulder blades slide down your back. Elastoplast your shoulder blades so they can't move, and they're sitting flat against the rib cage. And then take your arms down by your sides. And lastly, without looking down, just thinking about keeping your weight evenly spread through all four corners of each foot, so that you're feeling balanced, you're feeling centered, and you're feeling grounded. That's great, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you at a live class. If not, see you again for the next video next week, and I hope you're all doing well, staying safe and looking after yourselves. So big love. Thank you. Bye.